Pranam friends, had a good day yesterday? I wished it for you. So today, in my endeavor of making Satyug, bringing the golden age, as a Satwik, I bring to you the Kali moment. I'll tell you what is this Kali moment. What is this Kali moment? We know it's a time, it's a point of time. So what is Kali? Kali is actually an Indian goddess. Goddess, yes, in Bharat, India, gods are just not men. We have God in men, women, animals, stones, birds, environment, everything. God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. We just do not restrict God to a building or to a book or to an ideology. Because Hinduism, because Sanatan Dharma, which is the actual name of Hinduism. Hinduism is just a nonsense word, but in Sanatan Dharma, as I told you before, Sanatan Dharma means eternal deities. So in Sanatan Dharma, gods, there are many forms of gods, just as if there are many forms of living gods, like in all the living beings, in the mountains, in the sky, in the clouds, in the rains, in all the forms of living beings, in human male form, in human female form. Similarly, God is also there in all different kinds with different names. So what is this Kali? Kali is a goddess which, you know, when I was working with Mother Teresa as a volunteer, there were many journalists, many people from all over the world. They would come and tell me, because the place I was also working called Nirmal Hriday, which is in Kalighat. Kalighat is an abode of, one of the abodes of Kali, this goddess. There was this big temple of Kali, and people used to see the image, the external depiction of Kali, as they used to tell me that it is like this bloodthirsty, with blood coming out. She's dark and hair are open, and you know, with cut heads, and you know, it's like they used to tell me like, oh, it is so bloodthirsty, it's so evil looking, it's blood and it's devil, and you know, it's dark. And so I used to tell them what Kali actually is. You know, in Bharat, in India, never go by what you see, because what you see is just physical, it's just body created by mind. But what is important and what you will feel, what you feel in Bharat and in the Bharat Indian things is the spirituality, is the soul, is the inner thing. So Kali is actually, you know, there's a story of this Kali thing, how the Kali thing came into being, and why I always say my Kali moment, or the Kali moment, which was also part of my film, My Karma. So you know, the story of Kali goes like this. There were these gods, and there were these demons and evil people who would do all the bad things to the world, and then gods, and he had this thing that he won't be killed by any male like this, any male gods or things like that. So the gods go to the wife of Shiva, Durga, and they all tell Durga to do something about this demon Mahishasur, and because one drop of Mahishasur falls on the grounds and many will appear, many Mahishasurs will appear, and it's like evil, like, you know, when you are little bit also in evil, all you are filled with evil, because like making something good within, making something good, doing something good, like giving birth to a child and raising a child to be a good human being, and it takes a lot of time and energy and hard work. But to finish the child, to kill the child, it's just 1 second. And it's similarly like all the bad things, they are very attractive, they are very lucrative, you can see them around you. And so the Durga, she goes, and I'm cutting the story short, Durga, she goes and kills Mahishasur and things like that. But then it should have stopped the killing. But then when we are, the story is like that, it is to tell us that when we do bad things, when we do all these things, even if it was necessary, but when we do bad things, we are into the habit of it or into the flow of it. So she was good, Durga becomes unstoppable. From Durga she turns into Kali, and she's killing everyone who is coming on her way, and the whole, the bad thing or the evil thing should finish, and then let the good thing flourish. But then she was actually going towards killing and finishing everything who would come in front of her. Then all the gods again went to Shiva, the wife of Kali now, who was Durga. So they all tell Shiva that we have to stop Durga, she has become Kali now, and we have to stop. So, and nobody could stop her. Anybody going to her was killed and was finished. So everybody, all the gods were very afraid of Kali now. So the Shiv, what he does, he goes, because in Bharatiya culture, husband is for a wife, husband is like God, and for a husband, wife is like the power, the Shakti, which is much more stronger than God. So Shiv, what he does, he goes and lies down on the ground on which Kali was coming. So he lies down on the ground, and Kali comes without seeing, because when you are in evil things, when you are doing bad things, you don't use your brains, you don't use your soul. It becomes like the soul becomes like a prisoner of a bad person. So Kali comes and she puts her 1 feet on the chest of Shiva. So Shiv is, the chest of a person is where the heart is, and we say Hriday Kamal, means the lotus of heart, which is like the most divine place, the heart and the head, because the soul is there. So the moment Kali puts her feet on the chest of Shiv, she realizes what she has done, and she does like when you are ashamed, that is the depiction of a woman when she's ashamed of something, when she has done something, a mistake. A woman generally, they do like this. So she does like this. So that is the moment she has put the feet on the chest, and she takes out her tongue in shame, and then after that she again turns back to Durga, stopping all the bad things she was going through. So the Kali moment is actually that moment, that point in somebody's life when somebody changes his evil ways or his ways which were not in resonance with the soul, the good ways, and then decides and makes the action to change that towards something good. We all have Kali moments, and Kali moments is actually the food of our soul. From whatever we were doing before, unless we have a Kali moment in our lives are just like animals, eating, shitting, producing babies, and it's just like animals. But human beings are much more, much higher, much more important than just the lives of animals and birds and fishes. So we all know that. the Indian culture, Bharatiya culture, Bharatiya Sabhyata, the Bharatiya way of doing things and the traditions and the history of Bharat, India is not just like 5, 6, 7,000 years old. It is like much older than that, and if you go by the calculation, it is nearly 2 billion years old, this Indian traditions. So there were like so many intelligent people like in all cultures, and so many people who have done so much research and so much, they were like so much learned and educated. They were called Rishi Munis. So these people, they realized that how to bring that moment, that most enlightening moment in anybody's life, how to bring that, how to promote that. So they maybe they put this thing and they made that moment, that Kali moment thing as a god. And if you see by the history of a few hundred years in India, in Bharat, and especially in Bengal, where the Kali thing and Kali is much more popular than anywhere else in India, you will see Kali was in the beginning, in the last 200-300 years, Kali was like a goddess for all these dacoits and those people who were anti the invaders, like the Muslim invaders or the Christian invaders who came to loot and to rob and to do their fool through conversions in Bharat, especially in Bengal. And later Kali became a mother by Ramakrishna Paramhansa in Dakshineshwar in Kolkata. But for Satwiks, Kali is actually a adorable daughter, Konna Kali. So the question of the day is, did you ever had a Kali moment in your life? Please tell us about this Kali moment in your life. So we wish you have a Kali moment in your life, and till then, have a very beautiful day, very good day, very beautiful evening, and have a love-filled life. Love-filled, selfless love-filled life. Pranam.